Joining us to break it all down is Jay Woods, Chief Global Strategist at Fordham Capital Markets and professor at his alma mater, Fordham University. Jay, congratulations.
Yeah, thanks for that shout out. Yes, it's exciting. It's good to go back and teach grad school students about the market. It's fun. It's a lot more work than I thought it would be, but it's exciting.
Amazing. Now, I do want to jump in to this top story, right? Apple News making headlines around the world. How are investors reacting to Apple's launch of the iPhone 16? And are we seeing an immediate impact on Apple's stock performance?
Yeah, the stock is it's doing all right. It's rebounded off its lows. This kind of caught people a little off guard, being that they usually don't have a product launch at this cycle, at this timeline in the cycle, usually March, April. And then we say a cheaper model. It's $599. Now that's cheaper. That's kind of crazy. But it's important because this has global implications. They're trying to enhance their AI platform. They're trying to get more people up to speed with their latest technology. And where do they want to do so? In India and China as well. That, I think, is the targeted audiences. Where we saw a need for them to improve their sales is after the holiday. Holiday sales were a little weaker than anticipated. Didn't really impact the stock that much. It did peak on December 26th, the day after Christmas. It gave back almost 20% from those gains, but it's been struggling so far this year, down 2%. Most of the Mag 7 stocks have been. The only stock in the Mag 7 that's really up significantly right now is Meta. But Apple is churning along. They're basically setting the dominoes in place so that they can have that upward trajectory. And I think this is the first step in that upward trajectory, trying to get more people on board with a cheaper version to enhance their AI platform, because the same chip, which is, oh my God, what's the chip, A18?
No, I was just going to say that because they actually have one of their latest models chip in one of their older version iPhones.
Correct.
Just to make this powerful AI more accessible to a wide range of people. So I wanted to ask you, just specifically on that topic, why do you think they made this strategic move to be more widely available? How are investors reacting to that?
Yeah, well, it is about the AI story and that AI capability, and everyone knows Siri. All right, Siri has kind of been a little slow to the game, and she's probably answering me right now because I said her name. But Siri has been a little behind the curve. We've seen AI advancements, ChatGPT, Gemini with Google, where they are slowly starting to roll it out. And what they need to do is get in as many hands as possible, get those chips, that A18 chip, into people as they now upgrade their system. That's what they're going to do. Apple Intelligence, AI, very, very clever how they did this, is slowly rolling out. We saw it with our mail enhancements. We're seeing it with writing tools. Siri is a little slower than we had hoped it would be. But this is the baseline that they need to do to get a wider audience, to have the chips, so when they do these upgrades, they go through this cycle, they will be putting naturally into our embedding things like they always do. They weren't the first to invent the phone, but they made it better. They weren't the first to really incorporate music into our platforms, but they perfected it. So Apple is slowly, methodically rolling out AI, and then this cheaper version, yeah, it caught us by surprise. The price point, that's something that they hope will enhance sales, but thankfully for Apple, when we talk about the stock, it's not just iPhone. All right, their services platform crushes in all metrics. The wearables continue, the watch, the earbuds.
The wearable AI technology.
Yeah, they continue to do well. So this is a big story because AI has been a little behind the curve. But if you followed Apple, the biggest company in the world, they'll eventually get this right, and they're going to do it slowly to make sure they do.
How does the strategic move impact the competitive standing with its competitors like Samsung and Google? Yeah,
well, I mean, they've already been crushing their competitors, but what they need to do is continue to crush them. You have that lead, you don't want to give it back, and Google's been making strides. Their Gemini platform in AI has been picking up. ChatGPT with OpenAI has been the gold standard, if there is one so far as AI technologies that you can use on your home devices. So what Apple's doing is they're finally catching up, and they're going to put their stamp on this, and I suspect, given the ecosystem of Apple products and Apple devices, that they'll continue to be the leader, in Samsung and Google will fight for that second spot, at least when it comes to the phone sales.
How do you think the strategic move will impact its presence across Asia and China?
Well, that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
It's about India, it's about China. And just last week, I just bit my tongue. Just last week, they had an announcement with Alibaba that they are going to partner with them to try to get that technology, that AI technology, into their phones. And we were concerned about China relations, and we still are. Tariffs could have an impact, and that could affect their bottom line. But right now, to see them have that partner in Alibaba, who reported earnings that were spectacular just a few minutes ago, is a positive for them going forward.
And do you think that Apple's presence, especially being a dominant key player when it comes to AI and technology, will impact the overall IPO landscape when it comes to more companies in this sector going public?
Yeah, well, that's an interesting question, because you have so many small up-and-coming companies. Will they seek the public markets, which we honestly hope they do, and try to make it on their own, or will they look for partners, those big conglomerates, those Apples of the world, those Googles, those Amazons, that are looking for that next big thing to enhance their library, their catalog of products? So will they seek a partner in one of the big stocks, or will they tap the public markets? That's a question we haven't had answered, and we'd like to see a few more companies test the public waters and go and do well on their own before getting eaten up by one of the big ones.
We have about 30 seconds
Sure.
left. What else should be top of mind for investors right now?
Right now, we're watching tariff talk. That's top of mind for everybody down here. Every time you turn around, there's a new headline. We're doing a tariff here. No, we're holding off 30 days. April 2nd is a big deadline. So if we could get some consistency and a clear path as far as what this trade war, if it does evolve, is going to look like and how it will impact bottom lines. We're seeing it with Walmart today. Walmart had good earnings, but there's tariff uncertainty there, and they can't give a rosy picture because of economic uncertainty. So once we get a little more certainty out of Washington, I think this will help. But right now, it's slow and steady with intraday volatility, but I think the path continues to be up over the long term.
I look forward to continuing these conversations with you, Jay Woods, Chief Global Strategist at Freedom Capital and Professor at Fordham University. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.